Hey, what's up, everyone? Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Heliopsychosis Podcast. This is your host, Vikka Draziv. Guys, welcome to the show. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Oh, yeah, we are back with our lines open with today's review of the debacle debate review, right? Why a debacle? Because it's a comic failure. That's what it is. So yeah, guys, we have lines open tonight. If anybody wants to jump in and say whatever they want to add here with on today's topic, is absolutely welcome. There are some amazing people in the chat already. And yes, before I just introduce my co-host, want to give a quick shout out to all the members of the channel, even though they are few, but that effort is really, really appreciated. And also to the people who are collaborating with buying the bottle or the bracelet or the frames. So you guys have the link right there. You got Jean's G coffee link where you can buy those amazing frames he's making. He's going to show us something really nice too that he's making. So apart from that, you'll also have my links there. You got to go to the shops section if you want to order the bottle or the bracelet, but the copper bottles are right now out of stock. So uh, right now you can only find the bracelets, and even the bracelets are not like it's unlimited stock or something. These are special editions. So if you haven't got one, you got both the links in the description. And let's say hello to our co-host and my brother Gene. And yeah, Gene, how you doing? And show us that awesome piece you made, bro.
Hey, bro, thank you. Hey, thanks. That one, I made that, I don't know, probably about a year ago. And then I'm going to bring it up to show you closer, so, because it didn't really show up on camera the way I was hoping. But I took a little toy car and I wrote fake across it, right? How's that? Yeah, it's not too bad. Um, but yeah, because today's the 56th anniversary of the fake moon landings. So I reposted that. I made a reel a while back. That was fun. Um, yeah, I like to change up the scenery once in a while so you guys don't get stagnant with my background. So, but this will stay forever. My that's a drum pad and my compass, my little gyroscope. All right, guys. And see how it reacts to the magnet in my phone. This is something you could buy in an automotive place. So you can. It's typically used in vehicles. A compass like this, but I really like that one. I had that in my last car. So yeah, hey, what's up, everybody in the chat? Good to see everybody, and welcome to another show. This will be another edition of how we're gonna, you know, dissect what's going on in the community here, and try and figure out what these guys are up to. Right. So yeah, welcome everybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely, brother. Yeah. Anybody who wants to join in, have the link right there pinned up. And yeah, we just get into it because, yeah, let's see. Before we start, this is for research, educational, and very important criticism purposes only, right? So if people are putting out shit there, we have all the right to look into it and call it out. Alrighty, let's rolling. Let's get it rolling.
Okay, what is up, guys? Sorry for the delay. Everything went wrong for the first time right before this debate. So it should be.
All right, nice start.
Yeah.
Interesting. We wanted to give you guys a chance to get here. So this is the long-awaited debate that has been requested by everyone 1,000 times. So here we are.
Requested. Some really. Who was the people who was requesting that this debate?
Jared and I are going to be debating, is the Earth a globe? So yeah, I'll just go ahead and hand it over to the moderator, which is Sean Griffin from Keenan Context.
Welcome, everyone. This is the infamous debate, Is the Earth a Globe? Jaron Campanella of Jaronism. Austin Whitsitt of Whitsitt Gets It. Austin, do you have the screen? It shows just you right now.
Well, for them, it shows all three of us.
Okay.
You just can't see.
So welcome, everyone. This is possibly round one of this epic debate going down tonight. Is the Earth a globe? And I think Jaron Campanella is going to be in the affirmative position. So he's going to go first. The format for the debate will be 10-minute openings, 7-minute rebuttals, followed by 30 minutes of open cross-exam between the two interlocutors. And then we're going to be taking questions from the audience for a 30-minute Q&A. So be sure to hold your questions till about midway through the debate. That way they don't get lost in the abundance of questions flowing in. And Jaron, if you're ready, we can go ahead and hear your opening.
Yep, I'm gonna set my timer so I have a little clock here going.
This is brutal.
We good to go. Okay, and we said 10 minutes. Okay, we will. Can we edit this one? Good enough. All right, and let me know. Can you just tell me when we have like 5 minutes and then 1 minute or something?
Can do.
Thank you much. Are we good to go?
Yeah, I'll start the time when you start your speaking.
Sounds good. All right, so thanks everybody for being here. Obviously, thanks for inviting me, Austin. Thanks for moderating, Sean.
Hey,
I know it's
did
last
you hear
second.
that?
Much appreciated. So, and let me begin.
Go ahead, Gene.
Austin invited him? Does that make sense?
Yeah, because the gig is from Austin. He's the one who is doing the etheric
Yeah, so
33 degree. Yeah.
So he called this, he started it, and he kind of made this happen.
Oh yeah, and he's telling the people is like the people were asking for this debate. No, he's asking for the fucking money, and he had the highlight of the whole webinar is this clown show debate, right? Like you have the highlight of the whole event is this debate, right? Oh yeah, he's the one who organized it. For sure.
By saying hello to the former colleagues, friends I have. I wish it was under better circumstances. Unfortunately, as you know, tonight I'm debating somebody I once stood next to in the Flat Earth community, Austin Whitsitt. We ran summits, Globebusters. We spoke at conferences. We used a microphone and speaker at Venice Beach. We claimed to seek truth, and the same I thought could be said for all of you. Originally, the difference is that I actually meant it. Others did as well. They've escaped the Flat Earth. We weren't here for a social movement. While I might agree with the ideas of that, those can be done in other ways. We were here for truth and a scientific truth. Once that truth is gone, that's it, game over. So I spent a decade researching.
He was here for the truth. What a joke. Many ones don't want to believe that he was already a freaking plan from a very long time.
Yeah.
It's not that he's had some realization from the spiritual world from above and he can see the globe. No, Mr. Jaron. You can tell that bullshit to the masses, right? We know you were freaking planned from the day one, right? Many people are saying, no, Jaron, something happened with Jaron. You know, some spiritual shit happened with him. What happened with him in behind the curve? What happened with him in behind the curve? Was some spiritual shit, or he was a freaking sellout from the beginning? Go ahead, Gene.
He said something spiritual happened on this trip.
No, there are some people who were like still think that he's become a victim. Same like the another victim. If these both clowns were freaking victim, then why the hell they were representing us? Yeah. So there are people who were saying that maybe he doesn't want this to happen, but this is happening because there's some spiritual aspect problem of, like, he's not sold out, or he was not a plan, but maybe some kind of a spiritual manipulation is going on. So that means that the spiritual manipulation has been going on from before, behind the curve, right? Or he's a plant right from the start, right? People can mistake one time, two time. There is no third time, right?
Yeah, there's an old saying that covers that.
Defending the flat Earth model. Why? Well, because I thought it was true. So, sadder still, Austin and I both went on a trip in December to do what we both thought was helping the flat Earth, and in my mind, at least, by showing strong evidence for or against it. When
I think nothing can even. I understand there are some people still trying to defend these people, like becoming a victim or whatever. Other than this, that the reality is the freaking sellouts right from the start. And now that Mr. Austin is pretending because they want to continue the grift. This is the thing. So whoever is trying to save their ass, it's too late.
encountered the real world observations that flat Earth can't explain, I didn't ignore it. I tested it. I went down, took action. I went to Antarctica, watched the 24-hour sun with my own eyes, circled for 4 days. It wasn't NASA. It wasn't Dave Weiss's plasma sun that he got from a Microsoft whistleblower. It's not hearsay. It's a real observation, 100% above board, despite what you hear from all the great flat Earth researchers. And what did I find? I found a model that predicts and explains and matches reality exactly. And it sure as hell isn't the flat model.
Dude, he freaking just went a place so called Antarctica and came up with a CGI video. And that he wants everybody to believe that, but he's not really showing anything tangible other than the words and a CGI video. Where is the data, Jaren? The real data.
I thought people would be adults and we would say we were wrong when the evidence was dropped in our lap.
Adults? Holy shit, really? Yeah. Everybody just shift to Globert because Mr. Jaren went there, a fucking troll from 10 years, a sellout already from behind the curve. He's coming and telling us that there's a 24-hour sun and he's flipping back to the globe. Really, Jaren, you want people to believe that you're so honest? Really? So both the game that you both clowns are playing, people can see through it very easily, playing the good cop and the bad cop.
And thanks to Robbie, Paul, Patricia, Austin Thompson, Alex Stein, and the others. And there's still some more people who want to remain unnamed, and still others that maybe nobody knows their names. So I'm happy at least that people can admit when they're wrong. But yes, for nearly a decade, I was one of the most...
Yeah, the people who flipped with him, right? Oh, yeah. Shady. Right? Shady shit.
vocal proponents of this theory about flat Earth, and it's sad to be here. I know there's a lot of people that I respect very much who are speaking at this event, who have been friends of mine for a long time, haven't talked to them, and 6 months because they abandoned me just like everybody else, because I went down to Antarctica and came back and told you the truth. Can you imagine? You're all truthers, and you turned your back on me.
Oh, we went to Antarctica and he came and he told us the truth. Really? Really, Jared? You're freaking burning a paper. That was your freaking experiment? A $3 compass? Huh? That is your experiment? Dude, it's good that you don't represent us anymore. Right? Because every time there's a mistake, there's something shit happening with you. Right? So why the hell? Thanks for taking yourself out of the flat earth. You can attack flat earth how much you want. You are better in that position of being a glober. Because imagine 5 years more of you trying to play the game, right? For sure. You would have gained a lot more. So thanks for showing us.
For going on a trip and telling you the truth. So what do you think that does to my opinion of the truthers of the flat earth? But what separates me from the community is exactly that I will follow the evidence even if it leads me somewhere uncomfortable. I'm not here representing NASA. I'm not here on behalf of any government. I'm just here on my own telling you my observations and what they mean to me. What is this debate not about, I guess, is, let me get to this part. So my opponent, obviously Austin, I think Austin's sharp. I think he's articulate. I think he's smart. I think he's undeniably passionate. I used to admire that passion, and I do, but I think that the passion without precision is just noise. Austin's approach is a philosophical approach, I believe, more than it is scientific. And here's what we can expect Austin to do tonight, at least in my opinion. He's not going to...
Go ahead, Gene.
I don't know if I really agree with that. Maybe a little more philosophical than Jaren's, but he tries to go a scientific route. No,
not totally. Yeah, it's mostly theoretical science. Why? Even we can have theoretical science in flat Earth. That's what he's doing, for sure.
To answer my questions, because he's going to leave us with no picture of how the world works or how it looks or how it operates. No idea of its layout, no understanding or no clue about how anything works. He won't offer any explanations since flat Earth doesn't have any. It will instead say the default position is that we live on a flat plane. But throughout history, we've already corrected that error. The globe is a counterintuitive suggestion. I agree with that. However, it is true. So,
yeah. However, it's true. Why? Right? These people, the globe doesn't have so many years that the people give to it. Right? If it's lucky, it's maybe a couple of 100 years old. If it's lucky.
Yeah.
But we never know how the fuck the history has been manipulated.
Yeah, really, bro. And what apparently, obviously, 100 years of lies can wipe out 1,000 years of truth.
Oh, yeah.
He also won't at any time offer a working map or model, won't provide a model that matches all known observations, won't explain how you can have circumpolar stars in the south, seen from the continents, the 3 continents.
Dude, this is the thing, right? You can be in any place in north, in south, in the equator, wherever. You can see the stars moving in different direction depending on your perspective. If you're looking from north to south, south to north, east to west, or any different, you can see it in going in different directions, right? It's not a proof of the globe, right? The thing is, it's more difficult to prove it on a globe because these people are saying that the sky is moving in 2 different directions on a globe, like a half orange is spinning in one direction and the other half is in other direction. These guys really, really don't think about what they try to put out. Oh yeah, guys, hit that like button. Oh yeah.
Explain why the north at 80 degrees are seeing an inverse but identical observation today that we made 6 months ago to the day. Predict sunrise and sunset times for every location on Earth with a flat Earth geometry, or tell us how the sun stays visible for 24 hours at a time in Antarctica, unless he invokes refraction or reflection.
Jaron, real quick, Jaron, I paused the time for you. Before we started, you said you were going to minimize yourself. Are you thinking you're showing something right now?
No, I'm not showing anything yet.
Okay.
I'll get
all right. Good.
Yeah.
I'll resume the time.
Okay, thanks. So one of the biggest problems is that I've seen is that the flat Earth has become somewhat of a cult. So why did I leave it? Well, I left it.
You know, that bothered me, man. All of a sudden, he calls this a cult. Like what? He wasn't in a cult, 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, we know which is the biggest cult, which have the most practicing members around the globe, right? We all know.
They're all. So I wonder if he's celebrating the moon landings now today.
For sure. For sure.
Katy Perry went to space. Get over it, right, Jaron?
Yeah, they're all gonna get together and celebrate today. All the Globers, the representative of Globers. Yeah, nice to see Jaron as a representative of a Glober, because he's not a flat earther.
Not because I was debunked, not because I lost a debate or because I was paid off or because I was got tired of fighting. I left because I did something that very few in this community are willing to do. That's testing our conception of the Earth.
You guys did a clown show, right? And it's not even freaking. It's not even proven that you guys were really in Antarctica. For fuck's sake, right?
And he acts like none of us do anything.
Oh yeah. Actually, they're the ones who are not doing it. Oh.
Earth. Think of what the flat Earth has brought in 10 years. It's been 10 years. We have brought nothing to the world.
Yeah, because you freaking clowns were representing us. This is the problem. You gatekeepers, you sellouts, self-selected representatives. That's why, right?
We have invented nothing. We have increased the knowledge of nothing.
Yeah, that's why you guys were kept there, right? To deviate from the real information and progress and research and education to this clown show.
Have just spun our wheels and ran on a hamster wheel and then got off and been like really proud of ourselves. But when you look back, you didn't go anywhere.
And Mr. Austin is there to continue this.
You didn't do anything. We didn't bring anything to the world. And there's a certain point where you need to say, hey, shouldn't we have something by now? Shouldn't we have something? So,
yeah, we guys had you guys. That is the thing. Oh, yeah. For sure, a lot of grifting, for sure. That's for sure.
I tested my conception of the Earth. I went to Antarctica. I witnessed the 24-hour sun. I saw it with my own eyes. It means that the South is not a lie. We'll get into that. But let's talk about the so-called research that was done around the response to the final experiment. Spoiler alert, there wasn't any, no investigation, no travel, no counter experiments, just knee-jerk denial, memes, name-calling, lazy live streams from base.
What you give is what you get. You're not giving. It's the same like the Globers who always they want to get a lot from flat Earth, but they want to give minimum of real proven things that is tangible. So this is what you're doing there. This is what happened with the fake TFE. You guys hyped it up a lot, but you didn't really give something tangible, right? Because if there was really tangible stuff, maybe the reaction was different from the community. You guys were playing stupid even before you guys went there. Jaren was talking bullshit even before he went there, right? So how the fuck people are not gonna realize what you guys were doing? Hey Keith, how you doing, brother?
Hey, aloha, guys. Just saw you're live. Want to stop in and say hi for a minute. We're up in the mountains. I don't have really good signal here. Satellites don't work in the mountains very well. We just want to jump in and say hi. How's it going?
You look familiar. What's up, bro?
Awesome.
So, same shit another day. Is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going over the debate they had.
Yeah. You know, I hear rumors, guys, that they're not going to release it. They're going to release it any day. They're not going to release it. They're going to release it any day. So, I guess time will tell. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's so easily proven fake that it really doesn't matter what they do at this point.
Yeah, kind of.
In my opinion, anyway. I mean, you'll have to deal with some of the trolls bringing it up, but it's so easy to squash. So.
Oh yeah, they can release anything they want right now. It's too late. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, anyway, guys,
Keith.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Keith, you want to tell something before we continue about your observations or anything? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, real quick. We were in Hawaii for about a week and a half. We were shooting from the big island towards the other islands. The bottom line is we got Lanai at 84 miles away or 86 miles away. We should not have seen it at all, and we saw it standing tall. We also saw Kaho Olave 52 miles away, I think. It's only 1,500 feet tall. We should not have seen that island at all, but we saw it standing tall. So just a couple more observations to add to the pile of evidence for the mountain of evidence that we already have. And, you know, I like to say nowadays that the globe has a little teeny tiny pile of bullshit, pseudoscience, you know, stuff that is so easy to debunk, because everything that they say, well, this is a proof of the globe. You have to have faith in what someone else says. You have to trust or believe what someone else says every time they want to give a proof. You can never prove it for yourself or, you know, by yourself. You have to trust some alleged authority. That is science. So yeah, things are good all in all.
You do. You need a space agency to help you with the globe. There's no other way.
What? Anyway, guys, I got to get back to the family here. I choose to. We're having a beautiful evening in the mountains, but I'll stop in again soon. Love you guys.
All righty. See ya, Keith. See ya.
Have fun, man.
Appreciate
Best to everyone.
Oh yeah, and speaking of the authority and the NASA, because here KK Westbury saying Jaren is in full support of Apollo mission. Now the booth shadows, buggy, bike ride, and the phone calls were homage to their hero. Enjoy the show. Oh yeah, I just released a few days ago one of the video where 5 people who founded NASA, right?
What people?
5 people who funded NASA. Let me check if I can find it. Give me a second. Let's see.
You know, one of those people is Werner von Braun, and from what I understand, that guy used to hang the slowest worker outside of his rocket factory every day to remind us, the other workers, that they don't want to be the slowest worker. And that was like,
Oh yeah, fuck that.
right? That was up until the day before Operation Paperclip took effect.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna play this. This is the video I released a few days ago. It's called The Grand Secret, right? 5 people, 5 men who founded NASA. Number one, Jack W. Parson, right?
Psychopath.
Occultist, a black magician, Satanist, head of Temple of Oriental, California. Also from the Lodge, Agape Lodge. Number two, Mr. Alistair Crowley,
Best
33
friends with
degree Mason.
Parsons.
Yeah, leader of Temple Orientis, black magician. That was number two. Also a Satanist of 666. Number three, Mr. Ron L. Hubbard, mass mind controller expert in mice, like Satanist and black magician. None other, founder of the Scientology Church. Number four, Mr. Warner von Braun, ex and director, German inventor of V2 rocket. In a program, Mr. Short Mustache Guy. So, was added to the paperclip without the approval of Congress, right? This whole operation was done without the approval of Congress.
How'd that happen?
Imagine. Number five, we all know Mr. Walt Disney. Alrighty. Also, an expert in mass mind control, an Illuminati and a P, whatever. I don't want to say the word. So, these were the 5 people who founded NASA. And we have here we could call in a way, offsprings of these people who are defending this shit, right? So imagine the mass mind control that is working on this whole mass. And we have also people like Jaren. There's an effect because it's so deep, the mind control and manipulation, that people cannot let it go. So Mr. Jerry is also a victim of this mass
Globe in the trash
mind
and Dave Weiss's
control.
app. Back on a
So yeah, right, guys, really think about this. Let you get 5 of the worst mind control Satanist people to create something that is going to make effect till today, and it's going to continue, right? So how deep is the programming? And here are the results we have on the screen.
Hey, bro, I want to throw something in pretty quick about Walt Disney. All right. A lot of people might have heard of the movie he did within the first 10 years of being established as Disney, and after Snow White and Cinderella, during those days in the 30s, maybe the 40s. He did a movie that was mostly silent. It was called Fantasia, right? And that's when I don't really remember the movie, but there was like dancing brooms and buckets of water, brooms walking around with buckets of water, and it was this magical movie where he was like some sorcerer, and the only dialogue was in the beginning, and then it was all silent and just music. But so the movie is called Fantasia, but the word aphantasia actually means that you can't create pictures in your mind. You know what I mean? So your mind is kind of not exactly like blank, but you can't create pictures in your mind. So I thought that was interesting how, you might think of Disney as being like inspiring and creative, but I think like secretly and subliminally they're actually taking all those abilities away. I don't know how they do that stuff, but TV is like magic. and those movies are mind control. And I think that's what they're doing, slowly chipping away at us with that stuff, presenting it as wonderful and fun and entertaining, and they don't care if we're entertained or not. So I just wanted to throw that in, the movie Fantasia and the word aphantasia, and how opposite they kind of seem to be.
Oh yeah, brother, absolutely. They had all the right ingredients
Yeah.
to make what NASA is today. You need the movie magic. You need the black magic. You need the mind control. You need connection on the other side to do this on a massive level. They got together and they created something. And that's why people are so much like Mr. Jaren too. It's so difficult because it's so ingrained in human psyche that you might need few lifetimes. Alrighty, person who are not going to come with their real name on the panel is not allowed. So, if you want to join the panel, you have to write your right handle. Otherwise, you're going to be kicked out.
Digital Ouija board. Instead of being met with genuine curiosity, my trip to Antarctica, something this community has claimed that they wanted for years. This was something that people pushed for, wanted, said was impossible.
Yeah, but you see the programming. He was one of the main guy who was started loose that was behind Antarctica right from the beginning.
Went and did it, but instead it was treated like betrayal. Why? Because I didn't come back with a blurry GoPro clip of an ice wall. Instead, I came back with something far more dangerous to flat Earth, and that's the truth. I watched the sun circle my head for 4 straight days. I recorded it. We live streamed it.
4 straight days, really. You couldn't even show freaking 1 day or even 12 hours straight.
Really, bro? 4 days? Didn't he say 2 days last week? Didn't he say 2 days in one interview? Or am I just remembering that wrong? Could be.
Oh yeah, when you lie so much, you don't even remember what the fuck you said 2 days ago.
We showed angles, timestamp, shadows, sunspots, you name it, all things that wouldn't exist as we saw them on a flat Earth. And so what do I get for that? Shill, actor, Freemason, CGI. The usual default settings of belief systems that can't survive contact with reality. This has opened my eyes to what the truth community really is. If this is the kind of research that they do about the Antarctic trip, then think of all the things that I thought they were researching correctly before. And it becomes a little bit like a cult when you can't question the doctrine, you can't update the model, you can't accept conflicting evidence, and you sure as hell can't leave if you notice that. It's science.
That's not updating the model, though.
Dude, that's why we are flat earthers. Because, yeah, the reason we are flat earthers is because of this.
With memes, basically. So here's my evidence focus area. Number one, I want to remind everybody that today's date is 6 months to the day that we filmed the 24-hour sun. Why is that important? Well, because we can actually go watch the time lapse of the sun circling us right to left in the south. If we went today to Google Earth and we went to 80 degrees north, we would see the exact opposite observation in the sky. Everything identical, 35 degrees at its high, 15 degrees at its low, moving left to right this time. So how is it that we have places in the world that are symmetrical and upside down from each other? There's only one shape that could possibly be, and it's not flat.
Upside down for you, Jaren. You were shown whatever there right? Or they might even gave you some dose of something in those days that you were really hallucinating, right? And more possibilities of that. Than you really seeing a 24-hour sun, right? You guys were not even there freaking even 12 hours, and you guys were already saying about a 24-hour sun. So it was so fake.
And they had a lot of stuff line up real perfect for them too to get all this information they got.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. Mr. Will Duffy saying that there's going to be a clear blue sky, and there's a clear blue sky. It just shows you that it's a CGI sky. It tells you that it's a CGI sky, right? You don't need more proof than that, right? That it's a manipulated after effect.
I don't know. It
They've
doesn't look
got,
like any of the other Antarctic videos that you see, though. None of them.
dude, even today I saw one Antarctic video. It's a Spanish video. That guy's calling out Globetrot that where is the 24 hours? And that guy's in Antarctica. Like he's showing there's a bit of light at the horizon.
Right.
Dude, that guy's full geared up. You cannot see even his eyes.
Well, like it's wintertime in New York, right? It's dressed for the cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, he didn't have a T-shirt on. What's the matter with him?
These guys were there with the t-shirts. Yeah.
If the Earth is flat, the South has to be a lie. Period. There's no getting around that. You can't have an
come on.
opposite of the.
Go
How
ahead,
much
go ahead,
stuff,
Gene.
dude? How much does the globe have that you can't get around? All of it. Everything the globe has is something you can't get around. It's not true. Can't find any of that stuff anywhere. You can't get around it. He's pretty funny, man.
Oh
Could you
yeah.
imagine, bro? Could you imagine doing something for 10 years and then all of a sudden you see one thing that changes the last 10 years of your life because of one thing? I can't picture that.
Yeah, it's not natural. This is the thing.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sure.
The North, like we're taught, and then say that the Earth is flat, but it still works that way. No.
Jaron, if you're so sure about your South Pole right there, why didn't you show us with your compass going around? The same way you think have shown the people a 24-hour sun going around, why don't you freaking show us the compass going around in 360, right? Shouldn't it? That's a gadget. That's a tangible device used for calculations, measuring. It's a device. Maybe could have been a more tangible proof about your South Pole, Jaron. Shouldn't the compass do that, people? If these people were on a so-called South Pole, they were invited to be at a point which not many people can go. You have a once in your lifetime opportunity to take that compass and go around in circle and show us it's pointing to the South Pole. Where is your evidence of your South Pole? A CGI video that is manipulated more than 100%. You want us to take us as a proof. As I mentioned, nor from a glober, nor from the so-called flat earther. We are not buying that bullshit.
it wouldn't work that way. So if we went down there and we saw that the South was not a lie, then that's pretty good evidence that the Earth is what we were taught. So if you're unaware of it, it's time you figured it out. If the Earth is flat, then the South cannot be what we were taught. Therefore, if it is exactly what we were taught, then guess what the shape of the Earth is? So in December 2024, I knew the following: the South is either a lie or we were wrong. So I decided to take a free trip to check. And throughout this debate, I will be focusing on a few main points. Each of them is a dagger in the heart of the flat Earth model.
Bullshit is speaking about, dude.
So, dude, now we trust the federal education system in the United States.
Oh yeah, and many other things has been mentioned. Now he believes in that, for sure.
He had a lot of fences to jump because of this.
Oh yeah, too many words, Jaren. Too much bullshit words. No real scientific facts, Jaren. And you're not giving us real science other than your words.
It's the reason that I switched. It sucks. It's the last thing anybody wants to do. It's the worst thing I've ever had to do. However, I'm a truther. So despite the people.
Oh yeah, whatever reason is, the thing is that you did a favor to the flat earth community. That's what you did. It was difficult. Yeah, we know. You know, the grifting could be in jeopardy, but there you are.
People yelling and screaming and the people lying about me, so-called truthers, Steve Falconer blocking me, or, you name it. Dave Weiss blocking me, no contact. These people are not truthers. If they were truthers, wouldn't you want to know what Jaren has to say? This guy was a flat earther for 10 years and now he's flipped.
Jaren, many people knew from already, even before you went there, fucking you were going to flip, right? So it wasn't like everybody was behind Jaren, our savior.
Really?
He's going to save us, right?
Exactly, bro.
Fucking half of the community was already calling you out for the shit you were saying even before you went there.
And no offense, but a lot of people disregard that guy because of, alleged pictures he was sending people. Pretty friggin' vile.
Let's listen to him. Nope. Instead, you all blocked me. You all refused to listen because you're in an echo chamber. That's what you've built for yourself.
Oh yeah, we listened to everything, even before you went, while you were there, when you came back, and all the excuses and everything from you and Jen. We listened to everything. Don't say that we didn't listen. The thing is that we listened and we could see through the bullshit. Not only us, many people in the community, from every angle, they were pointing shit out. Don't say we were not listening to you guys. We all were listening and looking and seeing the bullshit. That's why we were calling it out. You guys didn't like it because you thought, oh, just because you guys are the so-called representatives, so everybody's just gonna digest it for free. Alrighty, Mr. Jaren and Mr. so-called Mr. Austin is saying, so let's let's believe it, right? This is what you guys expected. Didn't happen.
It's the only way flat Earth survives is if you sit in that echo chamber and repeat each other and pretend that Steve Falconer's video did anything other than prove the globe. The South.
Not only Steve Falconer, there are many people, many different people showing the problems.
Celestial pole is visible from the south continents. It rotates just like the North Celestial Pole, but clockwise instead. The South Pole itself is a geographic location. It's verified by directional convergence and solar angles. The reverse sun and moon motion, easily explained by simply saying the word sphere. Tropic of Capricorn behavior, curving to the left, not to the right, easily explained by saying the word sphere. Southern star trails, matching observations that only make sense with a spherical rotating Earth. Circumpolar.
The fuck is speaking about stars rotation there, right? There was no night. How the fuck did you see the stars?
That's funny.
He's just adding shit to the list, right?
That sounds like what they said when they got back from the moon. Oh, we saw stars. I don't remember seeing any stars. And he elbows him.
Stars in the south that would never work on a flat Earth, impossible, but they work perfectly when you say the word sphere. Sunrise and sunset, left to right.
Yeah, he's just adding all that shit up, right? With, like, with a little bit of so-called their truth with the rest of the fakery. Yeah. Oh yeah, even Mr. Duffy is saying that they didn't even see there. These people just blur out the truth without realizing it.
Setting and rising, predicted on a globe, unexplainable, and a paradox on flat Earth. The apparent fake second refracted something cop-out sun is basically the only out that the flat Earth has, is to introduce apparent suns, second suns, third suns, reflected suns, even though that's not how the world works. So my final thoughts is, thank you, Austin. And I know you too want the truth. So being that we saw the same thing, I think it's time that we figure out how you can see differently than I do now. If the globe accounts for every single observation that we saw.
Both of them are reading the script. Now another so-called flat earther is going to read his script. Because, yeah, I cannot ask them the real questions because more truth is going to come out. So they have to follow the script, both of them.
On the trip. And the flat Earth didn't account for any. It failed. It was disproven. It was falsified. Then I have to ask you, Austin, why you would remain in the camp that has nothing, and is that still you being a truther?
Yeah, do us a favor, Jaren. Convince your friend, your business partner, and take him with you to the globe site.
Imagine.
Oh yeah, offer him something more big, Jaren. Maybe he gets to the globe site, then you guys are more powerful in destroying the flat earth.
Right, and they'll get together with Davidson.
But at the end of the day,
What, Gene? Go ahead.
And they'll get together with Davidson and Patricia Steer and a couple other those big guys from 10 years ago that haven't been around for 8 of them.
Exactly.
have something that he does not really. It's an explanation that actually works. So to the audience, I'm not asking you to believe me. I just ask you to think, to test, to observe, to not just discount me outright. Listen, learn, and take it in, and then go and do your own observations. I've got evidence tonight that you can do on your own. You don't need NASA, you don't need authority. You can figure out by the end of today what the shape of the Earth is. And we were wrong. It's okay. Guess what? I'm a truth seeker. I told you guys that we were looking for the shape of the Earth. We found it. Let's move on. Let's get over it. Let's get past it.
Move on to what, Jaren? It's time for you to move on. Right? Where do you want the flat earth to move on? Yeah, we have to move on some things for sure. What conspiracy are you going to do now? Let's move on. Now let's attack flat earth. Let's move on. Right?
Yeah, he's bitter.
Thank you.
All right, you are. Yep. Muted.
Yep.
So I'm trying to make sure we're right here. So it's rebuttals right now. Do I do my opening right now or my rebuttal?
Not sure.
You do your opening now, and
Okay.
then you guys will do your rebuttals, starting with Jaren.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let me replace. Okay, cool. I don't have a timer. Here, I'll set a timer.
I got
What's
a timer
that?
here.
Okay, yeah, just let me know when I'm getting close or whatever.
What, Gene?
What is that? I don't have a timer. I'll set a timer. What happened?
Oh yeah, Sean is supposed to be keeping the time, but
That was just weird.
Yeah, I'll call out the 1 minute mark.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this anyway. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So yes, Jaren and I are obviously have been friends for quite a while, and we did. It is somewhat poetic that we're doing this at the summits, which we used to run together, and we did indeed go to Antarctica. So I am gonna have to just. It's a debate, and so I'm just gonna have to do what we do in debates. So I will lay this out, and I'll save a lot of the stuff I maybe would have said for the rebuttal period. But to lay out kind of the issue with the South Pole claim and what happened in Antarctica, right? It's really simple. It's just an illogical premise, right? Because it affirms the consequent, and in its core, it's an appeal to incredulity. This is why I did not flip to the globe. That is my answer. Is that to maintain logical consistency? I could not have flipped on all of the logical foundation, the evidences, the refutations, simply because I, at one point, didn't understand how something worked. If I were to say, oh, well, I can't see how this would work on a flat Earth, therefore it can't be flat, therefore it must be a globe, that's called an appeal to incredulity, meaning I don't understand it, so it can't be true. And this is a very dangerous fallacy, right? This if we applied that standard to everything else in the world, then we would have never.
shout out to Sherry Mac. She's saying they call this a debate. Yeah, really, and people even paid
Yeah.
for that. People have been paying for a lot of shit. Yeah, the both are just like prepared for this debate, the so-called debate. They're just putting out their points there, like how they're gonna. All right, now you're a flat earth. You are a flat earth. I'm a globe earther. We both saw the same shit. We have to convince people to that we saw the same shit. But we don't disagree, even though we are business partner, we are friend, but we don't disagree, and we're gonna capitalize on this shit, and we're gonna fucking con the people, right? And listen to us again, repeating the same word salad, same word bullshit fallacies, and nothing provable, right? Well done, guys.
made any type of progression. So that's like my core issue with it is the people I have seen flip when I ask them, they're just articulating to me that they don't understand how it could work on a flat Earth. And that kind of leads into the next part, right? Which is that they shift the burden that I would say that the globe holds over to me or a flat earther, right? Shifting the burden of proof, which is the person that challenges or denies your positive assertion, you're asking them to prove that it isn't true. So yes, it is correct. I will say that the flat earth is the default position because it is. I think Jaren is going to be honest, more honest than most people, right? So when we typically debate this conversation,
More honest than other people.
Dun, dun, dun.
Holy shit. Oh yeah. I think Jaren also have something in his tagline, in his intro, as honest, something with honesty.
Trust me, Jaren's honest.
so I would imagine he would acknowledge that the default position is that the Earth's a stationary plane. He said that we figured it out over time that we've been able to replace it. Like we can discuss that, right? But the default position is that the Earth is stationary. The default position is that the Earth is a topographical plane. We utilize it as such, like for almost everything that we do, for transportation, for civil engineering. We actually build that way. We fly planes that way. Like we have to utilize it as a plane. We actually measure elevation vertical, perpendicular to a horizontal baseline that is the sea level, the horizontal datum.
Yeah, same shit that everybody know. Yeah, even Jaren knows, and everybody, all the listeners know that. Same thing. Back to it again.
It goes on and on. There are many evidences that we live on a plane, but it is the default position. Therefore, just logically speaking, to claim that the antithesis of that is true, right? The opposite of that, it has the burden of proof. I don't really think that Jaren is denying that. I think he's saying that he thinks it's been satisfied. But the only issue is that if you didn't go to satisfy that burden, it cannot be an articulation of an appeal to incredulity because you don't understand how it could work on a flat Earth. It can't be, well, if I assume that Earth's a globe, this makes perfect sense. It makes more sense to me than whatever I would think of a flat Earth. I had reified a model prior to this, and therefore, since it doesn't work with the reification of my prior model, it can't be flat. It must be globe. These are just fallacious, and this is the very issue that's got us into this free falling through an infinite vacuum, infinitely at 66,600 miles per hour nonsense that we currently were told is true. This is the very line of reasoning that got us into the ever-expanding Copernican model that people believe to be true. Now, I don't know Jaren's specific position now. I don't know if he's a geocentrist or not, et cetera, but we're talking specifically more about the shape. Is it a globe is the question. So I'm going to list off some evidences. I just want to make that very clear that, like, on its face, a stationary topographical plane is the default position based on empirical evidence. The antithesis of that would be that it's actually a globe, that it's a sphere, that the Earth is bending convexly at a certain rate, and therefore it has the burden of proof. And if you point to the sky and say, well, if we were on a sphere, when I get over to the other side of it, everything.
Exactly. Shit. It's just blah blah and word salads. This is what it is, right? You should just start off with fucking you guys weren't supposed to be Antarctica. Both of you are saying claiming to be a 24-hour sun. What the fuck? Go ahead and call each other out what it works and what don't works. Why the sun maybe was coming from that side or that, or why there's no light attenuation, right?
Yeah, really. Exactly. Talk about some of the problems that were there. Did either one of them
Exactly.
Did either one of them even say anything about that? I don't think so. None of the issues that we found, they don't talk about any of them. Either one of them, I don't think.
Exactly.
Maybe in the future. I'd like to see these two guys up against like you and Keith, Vikka. That would be fun.
Oh yeah. Or they're both against me alone.
You know?
Oh yeah, there's so much shit they could have spoke about in this debate, clearing many things out, right? He's seeing from his perspective as a flat earther, so-called flat earther, and the other flipping to a globe, right? No, we just saw it and that's it.
Everything would be upside down. And since this stuff looks upside down, therefore the Earth has to be a sphere because I can't understand how that would work on a flat Earth that isn't.
What upside down? You guys were claiming that the sun is coming from the other side, which is not supposed to be on a flat earth. Why don't you really show us the real directions with markers, with different compasses, with thermal cameras, with infrared cameras? You guys were not there to do science. You guys went on a picnic.
wherever they were.
Efficient argument that is affirming the consequent, shifting the burden, reifying your model, begging the question, and more importantly, it's just an appeal to incredulity. That's what it is. So that's why I don't resonate with it at all. So I'll list off some of the evidences of how we know that it is flat. It is a default position. Any positive claim requires the burden. And I actually don't resonate with people that just say stuff in the sky doesn't matter and they throw their hands up. And I can understand even Jaren's frustration with that because I don't resonate with that at all. I think that we should always try to understand the way that things work. We should always seek out answers. We shouldn't try to look at this as some type of little gotcha game where we don't have to answer that. Haha. But it is true that just because I observe a celestial phenomena, it doesn't then make all other evidences dissipate. Right. So we look at the preponderance of evidence, we have to stay logically consistent and we have to see what the empirical evidence actually says. And then we go and test it and we see what the answer is. We don't throw out 95% of evidence because there's 1 or 2 or 10 outliers that we don't know how to currently explain. So I would say one of the
Oh yeah, Sherry Mac is saying I don't think they were anywhere near Antarctica. Yeah, the more time it's passing, the more bullshit is coming out and seeing it. It looks like absolutely looks like because they don't have real tangible stuff. This is all After Effect bullshit, digital manipulation.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, man, none of their videos look like any of the other Antarctic videos ever, anywhere, from anyone.
Exactly, bro. It's holy shit. Yeah.
really strong pieces of evidence that we live on a plane is something that we recently found out, which is if you actually take angle measurements to stars, say from a ground and from the surface of the Earth, you're going to see that the star gets occulted by the mountain. As soon as that moment happens, you can take the time, you can measure that angle, and you can compare it to the angle of, like, say, in Stellarium. At that exact time you took the time measurement, as soon as the star was occulted, you can then go to the mountain, compare that angle, and it is as if it is planar geometry. It matches perfect. The flat Earth prediction to that star matches perfect, whereas the globe, it would be an entirely different position, many degrees different. And the issue is that they would then have to try to claim refraction, but the star has already been occulted prior to the measurement, so refraction can't even be applicable. So the actual occultation of the star in relation to topography, and the guy that initially went and made this measurement was a glober. He went out there.
Barry Skade says, bet my life, no 24-hour southern sun. Oh, yeah. As I said, especially from these people, we're not buying it.
Yeah, right.
24-hour sun. Go ahead, Gene.
Nah, I'm just agreeing with you, bro. All their video is pretty terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Tom Zetetic. Tom brought up last week. They didn't take any no video of mountains from really far away. You know, there was a few things that just they really could have done, real simple things, and didn't.
Oh, yeah. Even the laser, even small, even laser for detecting the curve. They were saying they were 4 days there, right? They could have done many more things. Yeah, but they were too busy doing vapes, like THC vape.
And he saw that the prediction is you can predict it perfectly with flat Earth, doesn't match the globe at all, and refraction didn't work. He ended up leaving the globe. So it's very similar experience to what Jaren experienced, only he went the other way, right? So that just is a piece of evidence, and there is no sufficient rebuttal I've heard for the globe. We can also talk about the linear distribution of the electrical field. We actually have an electrical field on the Earth, and it's a linear distribution, horizontal field lines of the electrical field. This cannot happen. It has to be a radial distribution on a sphere, and it would actually fall off exponentially away from the center, but that's not what we observe. We don't observe that. The linear distribution of the electrical field is a major issue. It's an impossibility on a sphere, right? So what typically happens, I'm guessing that we're getting close to my time. So I got a few more minutes. So what typically happens is it is what we've always experienced. And this is why I will be very blunt. I'm quite perplexed about Jaren's approach. Like I was there with him. To all the people that are saying that he's faking it, he's not. I was there. I am in no way going to attack Jaren's character in terms of if I think that he believes this or if he's being honest. I think that he does believe it. He does feel like he's being honest, and he feels that he's willing to take shots and attacks to do it. So that aside, because that doesn't really matter. Take all the personal stuff out of it.
You both been freaking drifting together for freaking more than 7 years, right? In everything you guys were saying and doing and selling, right, to the people about your bullshit, right? So now it doesn't matter, right? Now it doesn't matter, right? You have your best so-called friend as an opposition, right? Control the opposition, guys. Control the opposition. So this is a full waste debate because they both are trying to sell us the same shit from their perspective. It's nothing but entertainment. Just think about it, guys. These two clowns went representing Flat Earth and come back, one as a glober and another like, yeah, I'm still Flat Earther. And continuing this bullshit. How fucking slept you have to be in life to believe these guys, anything from these guys, anything. Yo, what's up, Ira?
Hey, great to see you guys.
What's
I
up,
wanted to come
dude?
say hi to y'all. I'm just listening along. This is ridiculous. Like this. I mean, it's just rent free in my head. The $500 million RV. I can't like unsee what you guys have shown me over this amount of time that I've been coming on as a guest. Vika, did you know about? I can isolate the edit that I've made, but somewhere inside of a longer philosophical exposition I've made, there's definitely a solid, like close to an hour of it. That's my, it's like meta story editing of what you guys have been putting together. I had to go through and spend like a whole month editing what I've seen and had about the TFE stuff, but it's on my Escaping the Matrix thing on my Proxy Earth Substack thing. But I don't know if you guys have seen that or whatever, but I figured I should at least tell you I've put together something about it. So, you can, I can make it for you. You can mirror it to your channel. I don't really care.
Cool, bro. Yeah, for sure. We're going to check it out.
Yeah. And I'll isolate it so it doesn't so you don't have to scrabble through. But yeah, it's crazy. Like when you put this together, and what we've been doing is like slowly going through into 3D. When you revisit all these live streams that we've been doing here, and you cut the highlights together and you put it together in the 5D sort of, it makes way too much sense. It's like they really didn't go or again, I'll entertain the thought that they went inside of a science fiction level thing that's bigger than a state. I don't know, but it's 70 million a day. That the possibilities are pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, brother. You don't need a huge, massive stadium for this thing, bro. Really, you just need the B-roll footage of these guys playing somewhere with ice, bro, or around ice,
Yeah.
pretending to be doing some kind of science like in the ISS. They're doing everything less than real science. So the same bullshit we were seeing, but on a stage in a controlled environment, bro. Because I don't think in
Yeah.
reality, because that's what it looks like. I don't think these people would even have permissions to go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to add another thing that we probably haven't thought of. This one guy, he goes by the YouTube moniker Old Me No More. He's got a pretty good channel, but he came up with he's been investigating this TFE stuff too, but he postulated that all of the people who went to Antarctica during December or whatever, they were all of them are live streamers and popular on YouTube, but zero of those people had a live stream between the dates of like June 21st to 24th or whatever, because that would be another way to get the other half of the freaking sun going on the other side if you wanted to stitch something together. And so, it's very possible that they all went to the same location if they went to Antarctica. Like he just pointed out, he's like I can't draw absolute conclusion, but it's another Scooby-Doo clue. And it got me thinking about all of our conversations. And you guys might want to, the followers in this, whoever's listening along in the chat here, like, go see for yourselves. Yeah, none of these guys who went to the TFE thing have a live stream in between those dates. And they are all like regular live streamers, So that's another thing, like Austin went AWOL for a while. Like he just kind of went one way and then came back in somewhere in around August with a video about like Trump or something, like it's weird, but like, it's just another thing to consider, I think we might not have thought of that one yet. Maybe you guys have, but.
Oh yeah, brother. This the thing with these people. Yeah,
It's crazy.
can't trust anymore anything, right?
And just to think, back in December, we were really trying to reason with the possibility of them actually going. We were really giving it a chance. And how much has changed. And it was my friend Sean's birthday yesterday. Shout out to my friend Sean from Las Vegas. He was the first person to call me like 2 days after the middle of December. He called me before anybody. He's like, dude, they really faked it. They really did. And I was sitting there. I almost passed out. I was like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But it's astonishing how far they'll go to like make sure to keep an Overton window around the center of reason, which keeps people safe on a very unfrustrating matrix little globe thing, so that we all continue to pay to live for another year.
Yeah, so this is the thing I was mentioning, right? So imagine that this being such fake and a lie. So really, what is the point of this debate?
It's
Right.
to maintain an Overton window around the reality, the simulated reality that they both definitely went to Antarctica and that they definitely saw a 24-hour sun. It's to maintain. It's Hegelian magic. It is. It's their mission is to say anything they want, but to just make sure to have a congruent belief, to make sure that their followers believe this too, that they saw a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And it's Overton window taming. It's the Hegelian dialectic in philosophy.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they do the same thing with other things, but I won't say them here. I'll say them on my Substack. So I've been playing chess on my
for
Substack.
sure.
And anybody who wants to come and talk about what else they do can come on my Substack and do that. But you can come on my chess channel and say anything you want. But I can't say them because I got to be better about not saying
Alrighty.
things that harm your channel.
We're trying to figure out actually like what the truth is. Yes, I went to the south. We went to what is seemingly Antarctica, a giant sheet of ice south from Punta Arenas. We saw the sun and it circled around us and it didn't go down. So then to claim that proves that it's a globe, I would have to say, if the Earth's a sphere, in the winter, when I go to Antarctica, the sun will be in the sky for 24 hours. Oh, look, sun stays in the sky, does a circle for 24 hours, therefore Earth's a globe. It's a textbook affirming the consequent. textbook affirming the consequent fallacy. I could say Sasquatch delivers me mail every Friday.
Dude, you could have friggin' said the reality, but they wouldn't have taken him, nor Jaren, in the first place if they would have told the reality what is happening, right? There are
Right.
people who are claiming that the sun is setting for a few hours, right?
Like,
Even in December. So why should we trust you guys? So because they both are guys, they both
Mhm.
are supporting each other's claim.
Yeah, it's taming, and I just wonder what kind of honeypot shit he got into to like where along the timeline of his life did he think that we're not going to figure this out? Like,
Oh yeah.
Friday, I could go find out that there's mail in my mailbox on Friday. Therefore, Sasquatch is real. To apply that type of logic, it is an infinite regression. You would never find truth. So this is the reason why I haven't flipped. It's because of the empirical evidence.
Yeah, because he's saying I've seen the 24-hour sun, but it's flat. Another is saying I've seen the 24-hour sun and it's wrong. And we're gonna both argue like we are like really truth seekers who are trying to figure it out for the people because the people are fucking lazy.
well, or
They
the
don't
people
research for themselves.
a lot of people are working 6 days a week with 3 jobs because of everything getting so expensive and stuff. It's like, I mean, good thing we're
That's true,
here.
too.
Hope we're playing on somebody's radio, you know.
Nah, bro, that's a good point, you know, because people are just so wrapped up with that part of life.
Yeah,
that
and it's not their fault if they like take longer than us, but like, man,
you still got to be able to tell the truth, you know, and sift out the garbage for yourself.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I've been sending people hey, just go listen, just click around Vikka's channel. Like, you'll find us talking about this. Like, there's been people I've encountered who've been legitimately confused by the TFE stunt. And yeah, it's just like, cool. Like, good job, Austin. You went and participated in another piece of sorcery after all of what you seem to stand for. You're going to go and get on a plane with Batman villains and then just defend the Overton window of the narrative they wish for you to speak. You're going to slave out your tongue for these traitors? What are you doing? and it's a thing. Freaking Tom Zetetic Tom. He go on his channel. Anybody check out Zetetic Truth Tube and look at his recent video exposing Jaranism and find out that he went to a certain college. I'll just leave the surprise for all of you. I won't spoil too much, Just go in there and see what his background is and how what they do is they do this honeypot shit with people who have criminal records and they offer them a way out. Like, and then they say, well, you got to do these little things and you got to follow our ideological leash.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Ira, I was mentioning in the beginning of the podcast that these guys are not a victim of anything. These guys are playing along right from the beginning. Example, the Jaren is not a victim of any shit.
That's true.
He is a plant. He was a plant right from the beginning. That's why he was there in the hit piece behind the curve.
Behind the curve, that's right.
So he's not a victim and he's
no, of course not. It's just
he's a fucking plant right from the start. Yeah.
Yeah. And that college he went to will tell everybody what his ideology is aligned with, and it's not good. Like it's the secret society stuff, it's wide open.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll play this.
And we could list them off and it's endless, right? Just the base empirical position, the default position based on empirical evidence that the Earth's flat. How are we even actually making accurate elevation angle measurements in the center of a continent if we're using a horizontal datum, a horizontal baseline that starts at the sea that's thousands of miles away? we extend that horizontally to the center of a continent and then measure a vertical distance above that, perpendicular to it. How is it that planar geometry is perfectly predicting and matching the angle to that star once it's occulted by the mountain, and matches the based on the time?
Dude, what the fuck is speaking about, dude? Speak about the 24-hour sun, right? Speak
Yeah.
about what you did there to prove the flat earth aspect as you representing a flat earth and you coming back as a flat earther. What did you do? Why are you speaking about the angle of stars and this and that? Speak about the 24-hour sun. Tell us about the 24-hour sun.
I think the 24-hour sun is shaped as a bag of money, man. This is insane. like, God.
Of the observer
wait a
standing on top
second.
of the mountain, you can draw a straight line from observer.
Bro, they were there for 4 days. This should be a 96-hour sun.
Oh my God. Yeah, it should be a 96-hour one, you know? Oh, but then there's like some 20-minute video of the cinematography guy explaining why they couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work.
Yeah, because they know about the YouTube being one of the best streaming plays, but they use Rumble because Rumble is more open and
Ooh.
dude, you fucking all have a YouTube channel, all of you.
And not only that, but they also it was just, really wasn't worth saving. We just kind of dropped the ball on actually filming it, and and they just endlessly explain stuff. And it's like, meanwhile, Mr. Kitters the cat has a collar on he has a collar with a camera on it that records for hours and hours with a tiny battery. And and so does that little, the little catnip dealing cat, Maxwell, and they have little cat cameras. It's like, you can't just you can't just stick some of those little cat cameras around a freaking pogo stick. Like, you could stick another barbershop pole in the snow. Do it there. And they just couldn't bring themselves to do that. And then Kim's the 360-degree camera, and the fact that, I mean, good catch on you guys, but like, the fact that you guys caught the creases in the sky, we can't replicate the creases with a 360-degree camera on our bedroom wall. And then when you point them out, they go and edit the YouTube video after you pointed out, Vikka, and then smudge it out and edit a little bit and put it back together, and a little damage control, hoping to gaslight the public as if we're not going to find that. And someone did. And like,
So you imagine, Ira, so you imagine how crazy is this? Catching this clown, freaking faking it. So how the hell are we gonna believe in this bullshit of them, of a 24-hour sun, when you are in the first to catch them red-handed on live shows, in live investigations, right here, right after the TFE.
right.
What the fuck we're gonna buy from these people? Nothing. Nothing. It's a first-hand experience of red-handed, right? It's impossible.
I just wonder what the incentive to do this could possibly be. Because, I'm aware of I've been aware of conspiracies and stuff since 2005, since I was in high school and grabbing weird books. But I found out why flat earth is important right after the big thing we can't talk about on YouTube from 5 years ago. And it's it's like you see why it's important. It's one thing. It's the shape. What's shape matter? And I know all of us know that, and I know a lot of the people in the comments here know that, and I understand there's another agenda to distort what there is. Like, we're on a stationary, non-moving Earth. Your film is right about the anti-Kythera mechanism. I'm sure there's plenty of other things that are dynamics of the thing we live in, the system environment. But then it's like, okay, well, that matters because that means there's a designer, and that means they're hiding more land. They're hiding ether dynamics. They're hiding electrostatic levitation. Like, they're the very foundation of starting your exploration into applied physics is also like, finding that physics goes beyond what conventional physics are and would be applied metaphysics. And why that's important is because it empowers the individual to rise above the jurisdiction of this horrible parasitic vampiric state that's creating potholes in order to necessitate its existence. Because once the truth of the flat earth really gets out, y'all, like, nobody's gonna pay to live ever again. And like, I do think
Yeah,
it's actually,
brother.
yeah.
This is the reason. I think this is the reason the motive is right. I know it's hard for the people to believe
Mhm.
what it could be and why all this is happening.
Yeah.
One thing is for sure is that they cannot stop flat Earth, right?
Oh,
We all agree that
right.
they cannot stop flat Earth. What they can do is try to slow it down. What they can do is to create stupid shit so that the people don't look into it. It's not about hiding something. It's
Yeah.
about making things absurd
Yeah.
that the people don't look into it. So all the hit pieces, all the bullshit, all the clownery is just to create that diversion of absurdity so that the people don't keep joining the flat earth.
That's right.
And these so-called representatives from quite a while, it's been doing the same shit and also calling it every publicity is good publicity. For fuck's sake,
Literally,
you are adding to the
yeah, the
you are
confusion.
adding fuel to the fire in making flat earth look absurd because you are not hiding flat earth anymore. You are giving it to the people, but with a dose of bullshit so
Yeah.
that the people divert. This is what they can do, and this is what they are doing, and this is what TFE is all about.
Yeah. That's exactly right. It's to put him into the simulated wrong position, and so he can embrace it, and then people can remain confused and go back to work, and they're just buying time for this NWO thing to build its power. It's like the never-ending story when that kid is asking the wolf in the cave, "What is the nothing?" And the wolf's explanation of what the nothing is and why he sides with the nothing is that it's honestly like in power dynamics or in energy spheres, it's a vacuum space to absorb energy, and like he sides with it because that's where the energy is going. And what happens is kind of like when you stop fearing it, and people just turn this politics stuff off, like, man, the world that emerges is kind of wild. Like, I'm sure we between us all in our esoteric moments, like, we probably have the capability to envision it to some degree because we're just not lying. This guy doesn't. Austin doesn't have the capability to envision it because he thinks his bag of money is going to be worth anything in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think the
Oh yeah.
politics being so heavily influenced in the public right now is all a psyop too, bro.
Yeah, and
From
and
what's
it's
really going on. Just like It's like a bigger version of TFE.
Yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors, bro.
They're trying to make sure that, they're securing this digital currency stuff. They're securing it. And they're trying to make sure that, if you don't like what we don't like what we say on CNN, we'll turn your bank account off. That kind of thing. We've predicted those things. And that's the action they're taking. And they fear the emergence of a parallel economy. They've essentially used the fear of, the Cold War fears, the big shiny toy objects that they have. They've used those to maintain and prevent the ascension of any village. And now everybody's divided off into houses they paid for no reason. People paid for houses for nothing. Like, they shouldn't have paid for them. Real estate is, like, at its foundational core, people should be ashamed of themselves for trying to sell things like this. You're just claiming, you're claiming property and then selling it for a high dollar, and it gets more expensive every year. Yeah, people should be ashamed.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah, that's a whole another big rabbit hole.
Oh, that's
For
a,
sure.
that's a talk for, if anybody on here. I want to just say real quick, I've been playing live chess on my Substack. So if anybody ever wants to come on there, I can bring you on as a video guest, any of you. But I've been just doing that. And Substack, I can be as uncensored. We could talk about whatever.
Dude, I will be there soon, man. I've been super busy.
Yeah, I'll call you guys or text you guys before I do it. But like, if you guys ever want to come on there, or anybody in this chat, just find me on there.
Cool.
So, yeah,
I'll be there, bro. I just been crazy
perfectly
busy.
matches. And
yeah, and I'll do it just frequently. So like, if you miss them, don't worry about it. I just want to make myself available to the public while I practice chess every day. So if nobody comes on, that's okay. I'm just on there playing chess. But if somebody wants to interrupt my chess playing, we'll pull up flat Earth videos and we'll go down the rabbit hole. And I could talk about all the other stuff on there too. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward, bro.
Right on.
A couple
angle
weeks,
down
I
to a
will.
horizontal baseline with planar geometry, where it's significantly different on a globe, but yet the star's not where it's supposed to be, and we can't invoke refraction because it's after the star is occulted.
1 minute.
So I will say, basically, what always happens is people say, well, then how would this work, this work, this work, this work? And if I don't get my answers, then you lose Earth's a globe, as if we are to grant them the presupposition of a model that they have reified. That is not how it works logically. So
Yeah, it doesn't interest him about the model. Yeah. Tron, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Good to see you, Tron.
Good to see
How are
everybody.
you, man?
Yeah, man.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, I'm eating. Yes. Sorry. Let me turn my camera off.
You're good, bro. It's great to see you, man.
You too, man. Good to see everybody. I
Indeed.
hear we're talking about the fake experiment. So
You couldn't help
now
it
you don't
too
gotta
much,
look
yeah.
at me.
Oh yeah. Two fake salesmen trying to sell us something.
Yeah. It's sales shop trash, man. Like, it's
I don't know what they're going to be able to do with this. I mean, how many months has it been? And we've heard nothing. Zero.
Well, guys, like, I've got some good edits. I could keep going with the edits, but like, Vikka, I know you're good at films and stuff, but dude, I want to say to you, Vikka, I'm gonna put the video. Maybe I'll just put it on my Odyssey and my YouTube, so you can download it from my Odyssey or whatever. I'll link it to you this week or something. But yeah, whatever I've edited about TFE, if you just want to, if you want to take it and run and stack on top of it, just weave. Like, we could just keep a freaking counter narrative to the upcoming Netflix thing that they've got coming out. So, I like, for this, like, I just want you
That's
guys
still a
take
rumor.
my work and,
Bro, that's still just a rumor.
what is?
Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if it's Netflix. I just say that as a look at the presentation.
I don't think anybody's
For sure.
faking it though,
The fake
bro.
experiment.
6 months later, how long?
They have
If
a
it
film
was worth
trailer.
anything, they would have a deal. They'd be in the middle of editing, and they'd have a release date already with trailers and stuff like that. We'd all know. And
They have a
nobody's liking
trailer,
this.
and it's insane.
They have a trailer?
Oh my god, yeah. It appears on I air the trailer on me and Taylor's Escaping the Matrix talk on my Substack right here. It's it's proxyearth.substack.com/weekend@Stevens. And somewhere in there we do I just show what the trailer is, and then
Wait a
we
second.
unpack our counter narrative to it.
Who made the trailer? Did they make it? Just to
Will Duffy's Bags of Money did, I guess. I don't know.
So it's not from a like a network or production
it might be.
company.
I just don't remember what network it is, but I just it's something it's clearly got money behind it, and they have this aesthetic brainwashing documentary coming out about it. So I'm just saying it's a good idea.
It sounds like a clown. It's going to be a clown show. I don't see anything
I just think
good
we just need need to make sure to keep our traps set as far as keep contextualizing these conversations and weaving them. But whatever I've made, if you guys ever find anything of mine that you want to use, Vikka, Gene, Tron, if you guys ever if you guys are request some of my stuff, just credit me somewhere, if you use any of my edits, that's all I ask.
Sure, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. And this is the thing, the trailer, it's Hollywood style quality stuff in a way, right? To show, it's a very professional. But this is the thing. If it's fucking based on a lie, so no matter how cinematic it is, this is gonna be ripped apart. That's for sure.
I mean, let's flip back to 1980. When I was a kid and I watched Empire Strikes Back, I really thought they were on Hoth. I really thought they were on the snow planet. As a kid, I was like, whoa. And your imagination could go wherever, but just think about that and then look at this and just go back and forth between it and just see how easy it was for them to, create cinema magic with freaking The Empire Strikes Back and then just put it together, it's so crazy to me. One of the coolest things about finding out about Flat Earth is realizing all these different planets that they're visiting in the Star Wars universe, in all these movies and stuff, those are just all on Earth. Those are all here. Those are all a boat ride or a plane ride away. And that should amplify how special this place actually is, as opposed to the model they taught us in these school prisons. So,
exactly, guys. Yeah. Oh, let's continue with.
Yes. In conclusion, the Earth default position is as a stationary topographical plane. The burden of proof is on the other side and needs to prove it. And when there's direct geometric refutations to that claim, they cannot be hand waved because there's another celestial observation that you think is better explained by that model that was just refuted, right? We can't actually skip over to that part. So that is very simply my position. And I think it's based on the logical parameters of how we actually examine the discussion in the first place. So.
And time. Cool. All right. Thank you, Austin. Mm-hmm. All right, gentlemen. The next part of the debate is the rebuttals. And so we're going to afford Jaron 7 minutes to rebut to what he just heard.
So this is just me presenting myself. Okay, gotcha. It's not asking questions. That'll be okay. Gotcha.
You're just going to respond to what Austin said.
Okay, thanks.
Let me add you to the full screen. All right, you're good.
Okay, so the issue I have there is that the way Austin's describing it, he's saying that if nobody can explain how something works, well, it doesn't mean it's not true. But we would never get to the truth if that were the case. If the case were that anything could be true, even if it doesn't have any explanation, doesn't explain anything, but somebody just says, well, I think it's true, because that's basically what he's saying, is that if we have different ideas on the shape of the Earth, he's saying it doesn't make a difference if one of them makes all the predictions and the other one makes none, simply because you don't know how it works doesn't mean it's false. Oh, then that would be true for anything. So I think we live on a dog, And then you might say, well, that wouldn't work. How could we live on a dog? And I'd say, well, just because you don't understand how it works doesn't mean it's not true. So, I mean, we could do that forever. We could live on anything then. I mean, you have a group of things that you look at, and then you find out which one better matches the observations. Now, for me, the flat earth better matches observations when you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what lives on dogs, right? Fleas.
Live on a dog.
Yeah, his analogy, yeah, for us.
Ticks and fleas.
This is the part where your everyday globe believing person might just cut the thing off and listen to music, and that's the function.
The earth looks flat. It operates and appears flat. And everything we do is with the flat earth. That's because no matter where you're at, it's flat. So you can treat the earth completely and totally like it's a flat plane. And that's how you.
Shout out to Cindy Holland. She's saying this is a skit. They write the script, then do it on a live YouTube. Absolutely. You can see that they're reading script and being so soft with each other
Yeah, really.
for being, for sure, because they're business partners, like the politicians, like behind the doors, they have party together, right? The politicians.
And,
And,
and
and in the arena they are like opposition, right? So the same
Yeah.
thing is happening here.
And speaking of Cindy Holland, the video where she speaks out as a whistleblower, it's changed the lives of many of my friends. Like it's awesome work. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that is high art. For sure.
Oh yeah, shout out to Cindy. She's been here on Heliopsychosis quite a few times. So
Yeah.
absolutely. She was there with us also here, calling out
Yeah, I remember.
TFE right from the start. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So
there are
awesome.
people who really understand what is required. No, any clown can just go to, because I want to go to Antarctica. It's not like that, guys. Come on.
You best do it when you're flying a plane, when you're building a bridge, when you're building a canal. If you took the curvature of the earth into account, it wouldn't make any sense because where we build is level. So we use a spirit level where we're at, and that is a level plane where it is. And yes, down the road that way or that way are not quite still level with where you're at, but that's not needed in any walk of life. We don't ever look down the way and say, oh, how do we line up with that? We just build a canal. We just build a bridge. We just build where we're at. We use a spirit level.
Yeah, they use level. Yeah, they need to direct the water. Yeah, there have to be some, if they required inclination, for sure they do it too.
But yo, hold on, Brika. That's not entirely true because the Verrazano Bridge that connects Brooklyn to Staten Island is the two towers are like 4,800 feet apart, right? They're about 680 feet tall, and there's an inch and 5/8 difference between the bottom and the top, right? Because they're both plumb. So if you take that formula, whatever it breaks down to, you can calculate that into longer distances, and you should be able to see the difference from, like, let's say, from the Verrazano over to Manhattan, which is about 13 miles to downtown Manhattan. You should be able to see some kind of, the buildings look parallel. They look perpendicular to the plane, right? It's plumb, level, square, true.
Mhm.
And that's all you ever see.
And I should say where my mind's going here about the Verrazano Bridge. Opening scene for Metal Gear Solid 2, okay, which is on the Verrazano Bridge.
Oh,
And
yeah?
then later in the game, I point this out in one of my art films, but at the very bottom of one of the glitchy simulacrum things, it says vanishing point. Like Hideo
Nice.
Kojima put that in there. Now, there are various clues about this, holographic, whatever, like maybe flat Earth type stuff in there, but it's just super deep clues that most of the fan people haven't caught on to. I have, but because I'm a flat earther. But yeah, but the Verrazano Bridge thing is like, I've been there too. It's
Have you?
yeah, no.
I used
I've been
to
Brooklyn many
party on that bridge.
I played hardcore shows at places like Lulu's Pizza and Tommy's Tavern, in back when I was in a lot of hardcore bands. And
We're in Brooklyn.
yeah.
Oh wow, bro! I would have went.
And then there was a really cool DIY venue, 538 Johnson, and it was like this DIY venue of the coolest hardcore shows, and people lived in this giant warehouse, and it was just ultra secret. Like normies had no idea. It was.
Yeah,
I've played shows there too.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude. Some cool stuff out there.
We used to
Righty.
party on the Verrazano when they closed the lower level.
Yeah.
We'd go up there. Oh yeah, man. We'd go up there and it'd be like, oh man, there were tons of people.
Yeah. They do that
Yep.
here in Minneapolis too, like techno raves and stuff. It's interesting.
And that's how it works on a sphere. You said that, I guess where I was confused, if all observations match predictions, then that's where you live. So I don't know how to better explain this, is that if you're given a map of your apartment complex and you're asking, hey, where's the laundry room? And they say, here's the map. And outside of your door, they show a pool, but there's no pool in front of you. You can then at that point take the map back to the office and say, this map is incorrect because it doesn't match observations. So we have a map like that. It's called the AE.
We.
We.
He's got a lot of nerve.
Oh yeah. So he's
100%.
speaking about a map. He's done observation about a sky. He's trying to mix things up and tell us that this is how it proves.
Unreal.
Jaren, think about it, Jaren. You did an observation of the sky, and you're speaking about a map which is wrong according to you.
Jeez.
map, and it no longer matches the observations. Therefore, you can take it back to the office and say, hey,
The observation is about the sky, right?
Huh.
And a map is about the ground.
That's a great point, bro.
Yeah. It's denial of true Earth astrology too. Like, look how they just skim over, and look how these bozos just act like you guys made a film about this stuff with the anti-Kythera mechanism and stuff. They just occlude that. They're like, oh, we don't,
Dude.
Yeah. They don't want people watching films. And it's the same thing with like all this upwards rising Earth people. You literally have videos of these people popping up on YouTube, and they get sent to me. People send them to me. Like, there's a lot of people watching my stuff too. And that's why I might know about it. It's not because I'm surfing, but it's like, dude, they're literally on these college campuses instructing students not to watch flat Earth films. Even the people who claim the Earth is level, but it's constantly rising, like a freaking, to sell people
Rocket.
the idea that they're in hell or something. I don't know. It's stupid. But like, yeah, the Earth ain't moving, and it ain't moving as a sphere, and it ain't moving as a upwards rising disc.
No, bro.
Leo Ferrari trash either. Like, that stuff is it's just satanic garbage.
Yeah, bro.
Simple. And once these students encounter someone who has this like silver tongue, kind of like Austin does with his word salad stuff, and they can ideologically dominate you in a conversation, these people get overwhelmed, and they're like, no, don't go to these films. They're like, they make sure, don't watch any films about any of this. And if people actually just were able to watch these films with an open mind instead of us getting shadow banned, we would be dealing with a lot more people, observing this. And what do? We put this out for free too. So it's like they're at the point where they're backed up in a corner so hard. NASA is now, they removed from Instagram, they deleted 20 of their social media accounts. This is less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
By the way, and then they're already taking their social media accounts down because people are starting to see through their paintings and stuff.
Dude, have you been to some of their posts? They're getting
Oh, it's a
pummeled.
night, and then And then there's a, by the way, guys, I was going to send this to you. There's a new clip from about 2 weeks ago of some quantum string theory, one of those like quantum wizards coming on Lex Fridman's podcast. And, he's very popular. He seems like a nice guy, whatever. All of the comments, you guys, all of the comments are people being like, we know it's flat, So it's like, dude, people are waking up en masse. They just need to, our films
Yeah,
exist just to give them direction,
absolutely. And also about the moon landing thing, that even in the pages, which are like big time pages on Facebook about sci-fi and all these, right? Space loving pages, people are freaking making fun of the moon landings.
Yeah, no,
I just saw a couple
it's
of days
totally
ago.
changed. Yeah, I'm glad it's changed, but like I'm telling you, like it was. I mean, just mentioning this like 3 years ago, we'd have tomatoes thrown at us, and now people are starting to listen to us. It's just now,
Did I?
like all I can think of is, well, we can make like physical media to show people in our respective cities a list of films that are good about this, and people like us are just trying to help you calibrate to, cutting through this stuff, like we can cut through this TFE and upwards rising earth trash like butter, like that's fine. But the problem is that we have to manually figure out how to get each other's channels out there. And I'm going to try to do that this year. I'm just going to try to tell people, here's a list of good films, and it's all the not controlled opposition stuff, and that includes y'all's films for sure. But like, that's the thing. Films are like the only thing that I can think of that can flip someone's mind away from 8 years of college brainwashing. Like I've watched it happen. You like somebody be like, "Oh yeah, I'll watch your crazy film," and 4 hours later they're like, "Dang, thanks for the heads up, dude." It's not a, that's the elevator.
Yeah. I was I I heard Austin in the background or something. Somebody was playing a video or what? What was that?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
I don't know.
Alrighty, so we'll continue.
This map doesn't work anymore. And then you can take the globe and you can say, well, how about this one? And Austin mentioned going down to 80 degrees and seeing Punta Arenas and blah, blah, blah. And then he said, but that doesn't mean that the Earth's a sphere. Well, what it points out is that every single location that you or I have ever been to, and I dare say every single location that anybody watching this debate has been to, matches the observations given to us by mapping the Earth on a sphere. It does not match any flat plane, doesn't match any cylinder or pyramid. It matches a sphere. The Earth is mapped on a sphere. You can call any of your friends, no matter where they live, and ask them, hey, can you go check and see if the sunrise, sunset comport to this model and this prediction? And their answer every single time will be yes. We have Google Earth, which has never been disproven by one person. It doesn't get the angles of the sunrise and sunset wrong. It gets them right, and it's based on a sphere model. You talked about the celestial.
Dude, how these people can even speak about sunrise and sunset? Dude.
It's, he's just, yeah, it's insane. It's just he's doubling down on an inversion after having been disillusioned to all this stuff. He was the voice of the videos that are now removed of the one who was exposing how the 24-hour sun is false years ago. And credit to Eric Dubay for predicting that Jaron would do this. And I knew Jaron was sketchy with his programs. Like I didn't like what he was doing, so I kind of just thought he would just be some YouTuber. But it was until I saw I saw what kind of college he goes to and what kind of ideology that college has. And we think about like the old world and who was doing all the gypsy hunting, and then it matches. That's really what it is. And he's there to create confusion and participate in the totalitarian sorcery that we're having to tolerate and share this world with. He's collaborating with vampires.
Oh yeah.
Theodolite, but you need stellarium to even talk about it. So again, now you're using a globe Earth spherical system in order to tell me that the Earth is flat by using the.
Dude, a stellarium is a sky map forged or twisted into a 3D vision for the globers, right? But what is really reflecting is the central sky map with Polaris and all the other luminaries and all the other constellation, right? It's distorting the whole sky as if it's moving around as a circle, right? For the globers to be happy. But the real calculations of that stellarium didn't just pop into existence and manifest itself into a digital application, Mr. Jaren. The calculations of the central sky map with the Polaris in the center comes from the Antikythera mechanism. And there are sites called Stellvision, which show you the real 2D sky map, which is distorted on Stellarium, which shows the real positions of the constellations. I have done that with you on your own live call-in show. And I have shown you the Stellvision. And I've shown you the positions of the luminaries, which shows on a flat earth map or a flat map or a 2D sky map, Mr. Jaren. I even showed you how in the eclipses, Mercury and Venus and the Mount Meru or the central Polaris is the factor. All that, this is real tangible science I did with you on your live show. And I showed you how it works. And I showed you also on Stellarium. You even went back in time on Stellarium and saw that how those luminaries all align when there's an eclipse. Right? We disproved the globe and we proved how the central sky map have been mapped from thousands of years ago and is predictable in cycles, which shows in the Antikythera mechanism. So the Stellarium or the Stellvision, which do the real predictions, is a digital version of the Antikythera mechanism, Mr. Jaren. So stop saying Stellarium is a globe app. Thank you.
Numbers that the sphere system gives you. I'm not even going to go down that road. That seems to be preposterous on its face. Electrical field on the Earth. I don't know what you mean by linear distribution. You mean that it's, I guess I don't know what you mean. It goes up and in a linear fashion, I guess is what you mean. So I don't know why that wouldn't work on a sphere. As I said, wherever you're at is level. So therefore, above my head would be a linear progression of electrical field. Doesn't make a difference if the Earth's a sphere because it doesn't matter for where I'm at. You said we went south, we had a giant sheet of ice. Yeah, we did, but you have to remember we saw the sun south of us, and that refutes any flat Earth that's ever existed and will ever exist. That's the thing that people don't realize about this flat Earth. There'll never be another map, not for the rest of your life, not for the rest of your children's lives. There is no other way to map the Earth on a flat plane other than the.
Dude, for fuck's sake, dude, there is no thing called a globe map or a globe, dude. Flat Earth is more ancient than forefathers of 20 generations, Mr. Jaren, of yours and everyone else. So
I wonder if it's possible they just filmed the 24-hour sun in the northern hemisphere in June because none of them were live streaming when there would be a 24-hour sun in the northern hemisphere.
They just put the video behind them, right?
Right, and then they could just just use capture techniques. Like I mean, as an editor, I would know how to edit that.
Well, but then they wouldn't have the stitching.
Yeah, I mean, I like I say, it's if they're stitching, we gotta, like, it's further analysis, but, like, all we know is that the 24-hour freaking 360 camera had the freaking creases in the sky, leading to the idea that they would stitch, like, it's a freaking Mandalorian screen of sorts. Like, it's something strange. Like, I mean, we're like Scooby-Doo in the crew right now, pulling the mask off the freaking ghost,
Hey, imagine the flat Earth maps had a disclaimer on it that said not for educational purposes, like all the globes do.
Right.
Like that's their model. Their model has a disclaimer that not for educational purposes. That's great.
It's like the most consequential icon of their black magic sorcery, which has enslaved most people. Like, most people work a corporate job just because they think they live on that. Huh.
Yeah.
Now imagine what happens to all these corporations when people wake up to what the consequences of participating in this matrix has even been. And for anybody wondering, I never shop at these corporations, and I somehow survive. So all people got to do is just stop giving their money to these horrible corporations. Eliminate them by starving the beast.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
absolutely,
a crack, bro.
We need to become, like, we as in, like, collective we, not like the four of us, but like 5 of us, but like more like the collective we, anybody listening here, we need to become bad customers of the system. Like, meaning, like, the worst customers are the ones that don't pay. Stop paying. If you owe student loans, well, they lied to you. And if they lied to you in college about the heliocentric model, then that's grounds to probably even sue them at some point. Like, become a bad customer. Stop paying your student loans if they lied to you.
But dude, you know what? We kind of covered that when you're saying how people are stuck working 6 days a week, 3 different jobs, and that's the whole reason they're stuck there. You know what I mean? It is a treadmill, and it's freaking vicious.
And I'm just saying, like, if the numbers of people really wake up to this kind of stuff, and this message we're getting out is going to be profound enough to convince people, like, hey, if you find that your cosmological model was false, then those loans, well, they wasted your time. Now, do you owe them that money back or not? You don't. And also, like, this whole, like, oh, we're another Overton window. We're trillions of dollars in debt as a nation. It's like, no, we're not. Who cares? Like, why? I'm not in debt to anybody. I'm not paying this.
Yeah. Guys, we have to stay on topic, guys. We don't have to go so much on tangent because, as I say, we cannot be very long here, and we might need. Oh yeah, we might need few episodes to cover this whole debate review. But this is the thing: this clown is speaking about an observation of a sky, and he's speaking about how the AE map is wrong. What's wrong with you, Jaren?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
He's really full of crap, because there's no way, by looking at his supposed observation, that all of a sudden all this information he's putting out, which is pathetically, it could be debunked so quickly. He has no leg to stand on. It's like he's reading a script, spouting out his anti-flat earth rhetoric. It's a bunch of crap. It's garbage. I mean, really, I'm embarrassed for this guy that he was ever anything. I get kids like him coming in my lives doing the same crap, and we just smack them right on out of there. That's how easy it is. They don't know. He's acting like a brand new Glober coming up on a panel somewhere. I'm embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed.
I think his real name is Jesuitism.
Probably is a Jesuit. You're right.
He is, by the way. He really is.
Seriously, nothing surprises
me.
Go
look at Tom's new video. Zetetic Truth Tube. Go look at his newest video about Jaren. It's absolutely the golden ticket you need to figure that out.
Well, then any of his acquaintances are part of it too. Then.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of them. I mean, I'm talking about even if they claim to be flat earthers. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Fake flat earthers is what I call them.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how far that goes, but I know he's in on it. I know that's what his background is.
I just can't imagine we're sitting here listening to this buffoonery, You know, it's like I can't even stand listening to him. He's literally reading from a piece of paper or reading from an
Yeah.
iPad or something.
Or a second screen.
Right. So
Oh
this
yeah.
is not, this is prepared. This isn't like spontaneous
Yeah.
as part of a debate
Yeah.
that you're taking notes
Rip.
to make your, this is all planned crapola, man. Come on.
And I think you know, we've got to do this though. Like, dude, no other channel's gonna do this. That's the joy of being on here. Like, who else
Oh
is
yeah.
gonna make these videos?
So this is the thing, guys. So he's speaking about an observation. He's speaking about a map which doesn't relate. Why the
Right.
hell? Why don't you show us, Jaren, about your observation and everything that the other luminaries do? Not only the 24-hour sun, and everything else the luminaries and the constellation do on your globe map and your
Thing is,
globe.
he's not saying anything. He's not talking about science. I haven't heard one shred of empirical scientific anything so far in this crapola. Nothing.
Exactly. Jaren, for your model should not only consist of a ball with a map, it should consist of a 24-hour sun, it should consist of all the other luminaries being in the right position as the sky above. Can you show us something like that, Jaren?
He's just doing his job. This is what they're paying him to do. You know what I mean? It's got to be.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be maybe a 10-15 minutes more, and then we will leave this for the part 2. So,
AE map. That's it. And once the AE map has been falsified, we're done. It's time to get out. You can go back to the drawing board if you want and play around. I did that.
no. That's wrong, Jared. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the AE map. Yeah.
What about us falsifying the entire heliocentric hypothesis? We've destroyed it. It's over. Why are we still talking about it? It's over. It's been
It's to
destroyed.
capture the souls of the people who are still working people who still have 2 jobs and work 5 or 6 days a week, haven't had time to listen to people like us, Tron. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to capture, it's a hearts and minds operation. This is the same thing the military does when they want to go into a village and win hearts and minds and then install their controlled opposition and conquer through, like subversion tactics. This is silent weapons for quiet wars animated.
Yep.
That's what this is.
Well, it's obvious this debate was not a real debate because to have these little talking points all ready to go at the end is kind of stupid. It's obvious. It's crap.
Oh yeah. This is the thing, right? Also, he's so much against the AE map. Jaren, do you know that the AE map is a patent map? Do you know that? You cannot patent a cartoon, Mr. Jaren. Do you have a patented globe?
No. Wow.
I'm just waiting to look on the video of Jaren and see if I can see like etheric strings puppeteering him. Like I just want to know what altars he kneels before at this point.
Yeah, that's just pathetic. Let's just suffer through it, I guess.
Somebody's got to suffer through it.
I'm just suffering through this crap. I'm not. This isn't fun at all.
It's fun. It's fun hearing your commentary. It's fun.
Yeah,
For 6
I'm not
months and
having
realized that's
fun
it.
at all.
There's no more. If the sun circles in Antarctica, then it matches all observations of the sphere, and that's what it did. And the
the sun circles in Antarctica and it proves a globe, and that's what it is. And just because, trust me.
I know.
Jeez, it's because trust me. It's because my eyes. I saw it with my eyes. So, like they always do that. Every globe defender. I saw it with my own eyes. And,
Stupid.
yeah.
Yep.
It's like, well, you just forget to take a picture. I mean,
He saw something, or he claims he did, and that therefore undoes every flat Earth proof that we have. It's comical.
yeah.
Comical. He's a clown. That's what he is. Let's be honest.
I wonder what they're gonna do this coming December. If they'll go film it again, right?
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. I, like, are they
Nah,
going
they
to
would
try
probably
this
say
again?
what for when they did last year. They're not going to spend all that money again to do
Yeah, they're going to
something they
spend
already
another
did.
$300,000 to go down there and not have internet work.
Yeah, they're gonna spend all that money on weapons to point at anybody who decides to independently travel there.
All that money down there, and they couldn't get internet. They
Oh
couldn't.
yeah, and
Come on, what a bunch of
mm,
morons.
maybe this time they're going to use YouTube for a live stream. Maybe they
Maybe.
realized after spending 300,000 that they must have
I know
used
what I'm telling you. That
YouTube.
kind of money, I would have made sure I had internet. That'd be the number one thing that I'd have when I was going down there.
Dude,
Number one.
they were selling like the NASA sells many things, but never happened. So they were selling it like it's gonna be one of the most amazing scientific instrument, and they were depending on Duffy's Android phone, which didn't work.
No backup, no nothing, no backup plan. I don't know, dummies. It's all a lie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyway, guys, we will leave the rest for the next part. All right. So yeah, I think is enough for today.
Yeah.
Mr. Jaren, you have not given us anything. You're speaking totally bullshit, right? You didn't destroy the AE map. The AE map has nothing to do with the sky. And if it has something to do with the sky, then present us the whole model together, right? The map with the sky on a globe with all the luminaries and the 24-hour sun, and from the different positions that the sun you are claiming, and the light phenomena coming on the globe at Union Glacier. Show us that.
Mhm.
Just claiming that the AE map is wrong because you think you saw something and your other friend think that you saw something, but you both are like saving each other's app with this mellow debate, which was just a money grab so that the people know. Yeah, because they didn't get any shit out of this. So nothing, bro, nothing. Just empty claims, right? If you are so serious about the model, show us on a globe. Everything that you are claiming, and you're saying the globe, bro, don't predict shit. Everything has been predicted on a flat earth from a very long time.
Yeah.
Analog, written, and now digital, right? NASA is not
Yeah.
predicting any shit.
No.
Just because of the time zones, you could calculate what time the sun is going to set or rise, right? With the Soros cycles, the eclipses are predicted, right? The equinoxes and solstices are known because of their reference point on this earth with the geocentric stationary flat earth with Polaris in the center. You want me to go on? I can go on forever, right? With real tangible facts.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Anyway, guys, last thoughts for tonight. Anyone who wants to go first?
Sure, I'll go. I'll be the first. Sure. This is obviously I think that these panels. This is the best podcast in the world. It's the only one that's displaying the tip of the spear. It's a good place for me to express myself as well, and I appreciate you guys for allowing me on as a guest. For the people who are listening along, if you want to help people like me and Vika and Gene and Tron and other people I know like Taylor and Psychedelizationism, those guys, um, you know, I want to create physical media to distribute. I live in the Twin Cities. I zip around here on an electric skateboard all the time. I don't really have any resources anymore. I just like everybody else here, I spent all my money making my film. I'm not asking for money. I'm just saying if anybody in here has a job and you have access to a printer where you can easily just go in there and click print like thousands of times for cool little flyers that I'm designing. If anybody wants to help with that, please reach out to me. I'm on Substack. My link tree is on my Substack. My link tree goes to any way you can contact me. Um, we want to alert the public about what we know, and we want to give them the equipment to discern this stuff, because most people are working 5 to 6 days a week. And I want more people to see Vikka's films. I want more people to see my films. I want more people to read Eric Dubay books. Right now, my Eric Dubay books I can't get them back from my old coworkers at my cafe because they're playing musical chairs with them. They're all reading the stuff that's, at the cafe I was working at. I love these people. You know what I mean? The word is getting out. But if anybody wants to help accelerate this, the thing we're up against is like, we just don't have printers right now. I don't. So if anybody has any way of doing free printing services or doing it real cheap, like punk rock stuff, that's what I could do. That's my request for help to the public. I'm just throwing that into the ether. Obviously, don't feel bad if you can't help. It's nothing like that. I'm not asking for anything more than that. But if anybody wants to help, that's what I'm asking for. So reach out to me or Vikka or Gene or whoever if you're interested in helping. So that's my request to the public. But thank you. Thank you, guys. It's great to see you all.
You too.
Oh yeah, same here, brother.
Thank
Absolutely.
you too,
Yeah,
bro.
guys, you guys heard it. This is the thing. People who are really trying to do something, if you can give a hand, it's not only about money. Like there are people connections. You know
Yeah.
somebody, and you know somebody. That's how it works. Because
Mhm.
here are not the protagonists where you're gonna say, I need 10,000 because I don't know. I need
Yeah.
why I need. I don't know, but I need it now.
Right.
It's not that way, right?
No, we just want the resources in which to better communicate with people. If I'm able to create like a cool punk zine with just like a few pages in it with like some journalism expert excerpts, like some things, like even if you guys want to contribute to it in some way, I'm willing to put it together as an art piece. But yeah, I'm fully like running out of the ability to produce new resources because of how much I spent creating what I've already created. And I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for, if someone wants to help us print and distribute,
Oh
physical
yeah, yeah,
media
yeah,
is
yeah.
how
I'm
we do
just.
it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, brother.
Yeah.
I was giving the comparison of the people how, right. So yeah, for sure, there are many people in the community. For sure, somebody
Yeah.
might click and
Yeah.
things
Somebody
might
might work at
roll.
a car shop with a giant industrial size printer that can print 11 by 17 posters. That if somebody is there and they're a fan of our stuff, like, yeah, now's your time to hit us up. Like, we could really use that. So
Oh yeah, brother. Absolutely, Tron. You're
Hey, haven't been around the last couple of weeks, but I've been doing a lot of been on uh TikTok quite a bit. Um, I we are making a difference. I want everybody to know we are making a difference. People are listening and they are tuning in. Um, Unfortunately, there has been a little bit of an infiltration for some reason
Mm.
of fakers and or people that are, I don't know why. I have been told by people that I'm now a target. I don't know why. All I do is tell the truth about the flat Earth, and I tell it
yeah.
hard, and I don't hold back. And but I'm compassionate. But I've had to create more. I've always had backup account, but I got to have more now just to prepare
Yeah.
because they're coming in groups trying to get our lives shut down, to get our TikToks literally shut down,
Yeah.
suspended, and hopefully even banned. Okay,
Yeah.
and it is a real thing, and it's not what people. It's not necessarily globers or people that we call globers. Vikka, it's
They seem
maybe
like us.
maybe people that are not globers that are
Oh yeah, brother.
flat
It's going
earthers. I'm
crazy on
saying
TikTok. I know what you're
I
saying,
didn't
Tron. Go
I
ahead.
Yeah.
didn't want it to be true. I was thinking if I thought it was maybe it was an exaggeration, but I've been told, I don't have spies, but I have friends
Hmm.
that said, "Hey, guess what I heard? You were the topic. I was the topic of discussion." I don't know why. It could be that my presence is getting a little bit more prominent or what. I don't know, and I don't care. I just know that because we're making a difference, this is happening, and I'm aware of it. So I'm actually excited about it, because people are listening. They're listening they're hungry for some truth. This TFE is crapola. It's nothing as far as I'm concerned. It's something to look at it, laugh about it, and move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's meaningless. It's going to do nothing as far as I'm concerned, except make people ask more questions. Because people ask me all the time, "What do you think about this TFE?" And I say, "You know what? I tell you what I think about it. It's a pile of horse crap." That's all I say. And it,
Yeah.
well, that's all I. That's what I said it was going to be a big problem. The day I was asked before they ever went down there, "What do you think?" And here's exactly what I said. If it's ever was recorded somewhere, I said, "I don't care. It's going to be a giant, you know what, show, right? That's what it's going to be. A crap show. That's exactly. It's worse. Now it's a clown show with them throwing crap at each other. That's all it is. And I'm embarrassed for the whole pile of them. So to me, I just use it to go right into the truth of the flat Earth. Water at rest. Water at rest. Always. I mean, water at rest always seeks level. Agencies per mile squared has been falsified, and we can still talk about it. Flight mechanics is the big one with me. Talk about it all the time. It destroys the globe and the heliocentric hypothesis, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
You know, and
So they're
so these are,
attacking you, Tron, because you are going on real, tangible, physical things which destroys them. Real gadgets, flight mechanics destroys the globe. That is why they're attacking you, brother. But keep doing what you do, bro.
thank
This is
you.
the thing, right?
Yes, that's
There
what
are
I'm going to
many
do.
amazing. There are many amazing people like you who have said the truth and which have
Yes,
changed,
absolutely.
the track of flat Earth.
Mhm.
So there are
Absolutely.
few people and few things happening that is keeping it alive. If not, these clowns would have already. They are doing their job to make ridicule flat Earth. As I said, that's their job, right? Thanks for being here, Tron. Too. Yeah,
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Good to see you, man.
Thanks for coming
Gene.
on, Tron.
Yeah, you too, Gene. Thanks for having me up, guys.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
I
Gene.
came
Last
in
thoughts,
late,
bro.
but I got in.
Oh yeah, we'll continue next week. No problem.
Yeah, bro.
Gene.
I want to say thanks to everybody in the chat. Had a great time tonight with everybody, as always. Great crowd. I love you guys. Thanks, Ira, for coming up, bro. You're always awesome up here. Same with you, Tron. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. Thanks, guys. Bro, I think this series is important because, you know, these guys are trying to grab the people on the fringe, you know, the people like who might be looking, right? And if they hear something like this, like we talk about, you know, squeezing an hour video about flat Earth for some people, that's a lot in the schedules that are going on, right? So to have some real quality breakdowns of this fake experiment is potentially really super great for our cause, you know, for the truth. Because if nobody was breaking it down, you know, they might just get away with it and turn people away. You know, look, these guys, they went down there, they saw it. It can't be flat.
Exactly.
You know, so this is good that we're tearing it apart. We're taking our time, and we're being thorough about it and having fun while we're doing it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel bad for these guys.
I
In
do
a
too.
way, kind of. I'm like, Jaron looks like, you know, he sounded like he read every single thing he said.
He's not
And,
saying one thing. He's not saying anything with any real conviction. Can you
nah,
see it? I mean, he's not like he's just reading his script. It's not like he's saying it with conviction.
right.
Like I really, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing
It's
really ad-libbed
fake,
or anything. It's very
fake, faker.
robotic
Yeah.
and, you know, chopped up
Right.
to
And
the point. And
what
very
kind of life
scripted.
is he going to have? He's not going to have any friends after this. That's bottom line. He's not. After all this,
That's not my problem, bro.
I'll
I
be
know.
your
But
I'll be your
that's
friend,
the bottom
Jared.
line. He can have his bags of money, but he's not going to have a friend. That's
His
Austin will
best
be his
friend. His
friend.
best friend is his is his business partner. You think that they are best friends forever because they are pulling this off on masses and people are falling for it. They're gonna be best friends forever.
Yeah, they'll have each other.
Exactly.
God, that's really lonely. That's really bad. But you got your bag of money and you got each other, and that's it.
Oh yeah. Gene, are you done, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to point that out, that I think it's a great thing that we're doing this, and I'm having a good time with it. And you know what? I really would like to eventually have an answer from at least Austin, that how come he's not, what's the problem with the Antikythera mechanism and the mechanical realm, that he's not using it?
Right.
Because this community is making a claim that this thing is a working flat earth model that's 2,000 years old, better than today's watches, and the technology behind it seems so far superior, just like the buildings, the layout of the building, archaeoastronomy that they have, so much stuff from the past that they made to look barbaric and simple and from the dark ages was really actually super, like, way more advanced than the stuff we're doing today. So I'd really like to know why Austin is not, he won't even acknowledge it, like, what are you talking to me? Huh? What is that? So I got questions, and I would love to get him up here.
Oh, yeah, brother. It's gatekeeping, brother. He was he was also gatekeeping. The other is still gatekeeping. So this is what it's all about, right? As we show, this clown show is what is keeping the distraction for flat earth to explode, as I said, absurd, like making it absurd. So they're just doing their job to make it absurd and not to really get to the real tangible science and make this flat earth 2.0, right? It's just to keep it on flat earth basics, right? Flat, round, beam, bam, this, right? So this is what it's all about, bro. Absolutely. Oh yeah, we'll continue next week, Gene.
Cool.
Absolutely, brother.
Looking forward,
Ira,
man.
Tron, yeah, and everybody in the chat. Yeah, we will continue next week with this. And as you guys say, we have to look into it. We have to break down. Now we have to watch every step what they're trying to do, because we caught them red-handed and they're still pushing that shit. What is creating in the flat earth? It's creating things which are not really important, right? It's creating confusion that the AE map is wrong. So their whole idea is, even though they're like, yeah, it's true, it's not true. Oh, the 24-hour sun, he's saying globe, he's saying flat. No, the AE is wrong, AE map is wrong. So this is what they're creating. They're creating deprogress. They are trying to slow this thing down. As I said, right? These people were always part of the hit pieces. These people were always part of the grifting. These people were always part of the ridicule. Look into it. Always ridicule around these people and representatives. Always the absurdity, right? The negative publicity, right? This is what they can do. As I said, and I'll say this again to close this down, they cannot stop flat earth. All they
That's
can
true.
do is ridicule it.
Yeah.
So it just distorts. Just
Okay.
don't go into real tangible science. So thank you,
I
everybody.
agree.
Thanks, Ira. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Tron. Thanks,
Okay, man.
Keith.
Thanks for letting me
And
come
thanks,
up.
everybody in the chat, for being here tonight with us. Do check us out next week. We're going to continue ripping these guys off with this bullshit that they're trying to push on us.
Oh, yeah.
There is no 24-hour sun, especially from these guys. Alrighty, right. This is Vikka signing out, guys. See you next week.
Good night.
Bye,
Good
everyone.
night, all.
Night,
guys.
everybody.
Peace.
Good night.